Hi everyone, my name is Donnie Lowy from WholesaleUSADresses.com. Hope you're doing well today. The next time you are in New York, you are welcome to visit my warehouse. Today I'd like to discuss with you how to determine where you should open up your dress store. Let's say you are really excited about, selling dresses, you know a lot about dresses, you've found a great wholesale source for dresses, and you see a market where you're sure people are going to buy dresses, so you're ready to open up your store, but how do you know where to actually open up your store? So I'd like to share a few tips with you, and hopefully you could benefit from these tips. So the first tip, which is the most important tip, is to go to where the customers are. It might cost you more in rent, you might have additional expenses to open up a store where, closer to your customer base is, but I do believe it's worthwhile to do it. The only time you would not want to do that is if the additional rent is going to take your competitiveness away. What do I mean by that? My wholesale warehouse, as you might know, it's in Greenpoint. Now, I don't have it located in the Fashion District, even though there are a lot more wholesale buyers in the Fashion District, but the rents are so high that I would have to raise my wholesale prices, and then I would not be known for the very low wholesale prices that I do have. So what I prefer to do is I'm still relatively close to where the customers are, but I'm in a location where the rent is low enough that it allows me to give my customers below wholesale prices. So when you open up your dress store, you do want to go to where the customers are, but if that means that the rent's going to be too high and it's going to force you to raise the prices on your dresses, then you might not want to do that. Instead, you can open up your store just far enough that people can still travel to your store, but it's still close, or I should say close enough that people could travel to your store, but far enough that the rent is going to be substantially less. Now, another thing that you want to do is you want to be in a place where people are traveling to buy dresses, and where people are in the mindset that they want to buy dresses. So, for instance, if you open up your dress store in a gas station, right? Let's say you're inside the convenience store of a gas station. Yeah, people might come in, they might see the dresses, you might get a few impulsive buys here and there, but people really aren't going there to buy dresses, so they're not going to buy dresses. They might say, oh wow, it's a beautiful dress, I wish I had money with me, oh it's a beautiful dress, maybe the next time I come. But if they don't come to that gas station, they're not going to buy dresses. Now, I know that's an extreme example, but my point is you want to be located where people are ready to buy dresses. On the other hand, let's say you're in a shopping district, right, where people buy clothing, and there's other clothing stores. That's an ideal place to have a dress store. Or if you're downtown in an office district, that's also a good place because people there need office dresses, right? The women want to look professional, they need office dresses for their jobs, and they're going to always be thinking about the types of dresses that they need, because that's part of, of looking presentable for their job. So that might be a good place to open up a dress store. Another tip I'd like to share with you is to go where there is competition. I know that's going to sound counterintuitive, because if you are where the competition is, that's going to force you to have, either lower prices or do something to have to deal with your competition. But on the other hand, if you are in a place where there are competitors, you're likely in a place where there are customers, because that's where competitors are there. And again, the exception to that is if being in a place where your competitors are, if that's going to force you to either have very high prices because your rent is so high, or too low prices where you're not going to be able to make money, then you don't want to be in that situation. I do believe there's a balance in life, and ideally you want to be in a place where you can draw customers to. So even if you're not in a very busy area and you're in a place where, let's say in my example, where my warehouse is in Greenpoint and it's about 20-30 minutes away from the Fashion District, you still need to be in a situation, in a location where people are able to travel to you. They should be able to take a subway, like let's say for example, if a wholesale buyer goes to Manhattan, to the Fashion District, then they could take a subway ride. They could be here, I don't know, let's say 30 minutes, 35 minutes, they could take a taxi, be here also in about the same amount of time. So the idea is that you want to be close to where your shoppers are going to be. And also, one last thing to share with you is that today a lot of people do their shopping online. So, your location is important, but it's also important to have a website so people can purchase dresses from you online. All right, hope you enjoyed this video. My website is WholesaleUSADresses.com. The next time you're in New York, please visit my warehouse. Have a great day.